and welcome back to DaGaimez, gamers. I'm having a great time in my pirate swag. Yeah, it's a great time to be joining Star Citizen. The feels are here, and I would highly recommend getting this game. Check out that card. It shows you how to become a Star Citizen. Always trying to help the growth of this game. Now, I'm telling you, this is one highly debated topic, and I'm happy to discuss it with you guys because I really want your input on this. We're going to talk about the differences between first-person shooter and third-person shooter, tactical nature of each within Star Citizen, and what has happened recently within Star Marine is that SIG has said, okay, we were listening to the community, and the community that is yelling the loudest is saying, I do not want third-person because it ruins my immersion experience within Star Marine. Interesting topic. Because when we get into this, you're seeing everything here on this Star Marine video being done in a third-person nature with third-person cameras. You cannot do that currently. Whether SIG is going to make that permanent or not is kind of up for debate. Not a lot of people have any input with this, if this is going to be the way that it's going to be within Star Marine for a while. Star Marine, as we know, is a testing grounds for how battles are going to happen in the FPS and third-person shooter world in general within the PU. Now, I think it's a great strategy that they're using Star Marine to test out all the bugs and the glitches so that they essentially have the most wonderful platform to basically figure out how they're going to develop this type of combat style within the game, within the PU. And I think it's a good topic to talk about, and if it's something that really interests you, I would highly recommend sharing this video, because the more it's out there, the more we can understand what it is that people actually want from this game. What do you want from the actual combat side, not in the spaceship, but in your helmet? Do you want to stay in your helmet? Do you believe that third person ruins your experience, your immersion experience, or do you want that? Now, I'm split. Personally, as a content creator, I look at the game and I say to myself, like, I like to make content for you guys. I like the cinematic aspect of it. I need the third-person camera so that I'm not always stuck in my helmet cam, because that's not the best for my viewers. My viewers need to see people actually, outside a body shooting at other people, so that they have this experience where they're able to put themselves into the situation and say, wow, this is very immersive. Cinematic experience. I would need the third-person cameras. On the other hand, when I'm actually playing, because I'm a big FPS player, when I'm playing it, I really only play, in the first-person mode. So this is a very hard video for me to make, because I'm kind of split down the middle as a content creator versus a gamer. And as a gamer, I understand, like, your immersion experience is kind of ruined. Now, in the PU currently, there is third-person cameras. So when we get into this, debate is, what is going to end up happening when we're in the PU and we're fighting each other? I believe the third person still will be there. I haven't seen a lot of topics on this nature of what they plan on doing about it, because you have a large section of citizens that are very kind of up at arms at saying to themselves, like, I don't like that people are able to do third person in combat mode, because they have an unfair advantage tactically speaking. And there's a big topic right now in Spectrum and within Reddit forums that, oh no, Star Marine's too much like COD. It's not enough like Arma. In fact, even in my community here in Discord, you can check that out. Join our Discord community. Wonderful place, wonderful people, having a great time, knowing everybody here and having wonderful talks. Join it. Link is below in the description. But we're having wonderful talks in the community about, what is immersive in aspects of like a shooter game. Like, do you want it to be first person shooter? We already know that third person is very difficult to play within the game currently. There are some people that have mastered it, and they got to the point where they were using third person in Star Marine, so much so that it was just ticking people off, because they would basically look around the wall, shoot, come back, they would be able to see them. On the other hand, for the realism aspect of it, I understand you don't want like people to be able to see around walls. You don't want people to be able to kind of have like an edge over you. And in a third-person shooting environment, you do have a slight edge. So there is that. So it becomes like, well, how are we going to implement this into the PU? And it's a big problem right now for SIG. I imagine they're trying to figure it out. Like, when people are around you, are they just going to kind of like make it so that all of a sudden you can't break out into the outside view cameras so that you can't do third person? How are they going to deal with it? You know, it's a very valid question. You know, how are they going to deal with having basically combat in the PU? Because if I can just go like this, and then I can start viewing around walls, like coming up like right around here, and I can kind of see what's going on over there. See, there's a guy right there. Versus if I'm just in helmet, realizing it, I can't see shit. I can't see shit until I'm like exposed. And that's really what the debate is right now. So are we going to have that in the PU? I think it's a really valid question. You know, there's a lot of pros and cons to it. There's a lot of pros and cons to it. So I think a suggestion might be that when proximity is close with people that aren't in your organization, perhaps have like different security ratings than you, to have something maybe that says like disabled camera views or something to that nature. But then it comes down to like the content creators like myself that love these like outside views. What am I going to do? Like, how am I going to make great cinematics? How am I going to actually, you know, bring that to my audience? If I can't have that third person view, then you're not going to be able to see like amazing sauce. You're really not. It's all going to be from inside the helmet and kind of like your typical FPS shooter footage. And if you're a content creator and want to make it a little bit more interesting, I definitely want to go outside and give you like, I think what is a better cinematic. So something to think about when talking about FPS versus third person. You know, it's a really hard one for me. Like I don't actually, I'm not quite sure how I'd go about it. You know, if you guys watched the day one little movie short that I had made, had I not had the ability to use outside cameras. Oh, somebody blew up my Drake, by the way. I can't. Let's try the Merlin. Let's see here. AO3. So, by the way, if you're wondering how to get to Hex, check out this video. There's still people that ask me in my community, like, how do I get to Hex? And you just gotta be a little bit bad and get yourself a crime rating. I really want to hear your voice on this, and I really am interested on where it is you guys fall in regards to, you know, first person versus third person in heavy combat situations. I am personally, I like when it comes to like combat mode and I'm fighting, I like this. Like I like first person. It's easier for me. You know, when I'm sniping or if I have the shotty, I need to get into somebody's face. Then definitely, it's about being in the first person for me. So it's a very hard decision for me as SIG is at this current moment taking third person away from Star Marine, wondering if that's going to be a permanent thing, number one, and if or how they're going to treat it in the PU. It's a difficult thing for me because as a gamer, like I've said numerous times, I prefer the first person experience. I do believe that third person does ruin immersion a bit, but as a content creator, I do believe that you know, third person should still be an option. So it's going to be something that's going to be talked about for quite a while, and it's going to be interesting to see how SIG is going to respond to this. I personally think that they should keep the third person view. I guess I'm a bit biased because I'm a content creator that I want third person. It's not to say that they're going to get rid of the third person in the PU at all, but it is interesting to see what is happening within Star Marine, that it is a valid concern and that they are taking that aspect out of this newest patch here and kind of leaving us hanging, wondering what it is that they're going to do in the future. The new stamina bar that's going to be released in 3.0 I think should be fairly interesting as well. Stamina playing a role within combat I think super important, and I'm glad they're going to add that. So all in all, guys, the next topic we can talk about is the tacticality, if that's a word, the nature of the tactical beast, as it were, when it comes to playing in any type of an FPS. Now, Arma, very slow but very immersive when it comes to combat. There's a lot of people in the Arma community that were disappointed with what they saw in Star Marine and said this is too much like COD. Now, to address the situation, I like a marriage of the two between COD and Arma. Anytime you can take two styles of gameplay and kind of marry them together, I think you make both crowds happy. I don't think that the nature of Star Marine is going to carry through into the PU, because as you're dealing with organizations and larger amounts of people than what you see in Star Marine, what you will see is that battle probably will end up being longer in nature because people don't want to die given the death mechanics, which is really important to think about. When you're in Star Marine, you're dying over and over again. It's very COD, like not very tactical. When you're in the PU and you're fighting other people, you will see longer duration battles because people don't want to necessarily die because of the death mechanics and how the game's going to roll out on the finalized version. Hopefully they keep that in the finalized version, because I think that's necessary so that people aren't jumping around like loons and doing what they're doing in Star Marine currently. So tactically speaking, the gameplay when you're in FPS mode, or if they're going to keep the third person, still up for debate, you'll see that those battles will last longer because people don't want to die. You'll see more snipers. Definitely see more snipers in the game. You're going to see more use of weaponry that is not up close and personal. It makes a lot of sense, because with the death mechanics, people aren't going to want to rush in and go to their death. So you will see, I think, more tactical, and so that should help out those within the Arma community. I hope that those comments that I have made will resonate within the Arma community, because I think it's important that we bring in all types of FPS gameplay, but we find the balance so that everybody can be happy. Not everybody's going to be happy, we know this. But I think the more people that get happy, the more popular the game will be, the more citizens will play the game, more people will become citizens. That's the point. That's why we have these talks. That's why we go through these videos like this, because I want to make sure that this game is geared for the largest audience possible, but not corporate. I don't want the corporate watered down experience. And I think when people were playing Star Marine, they were worried like, oh no, it's going to be all COD. I happen to like the gameplay in Star Marine. They need to work a little bit on the grenades right now. The grenades are all over the place. They need to work on a few things in regards to the hit mechanics, because I'm hitting for days and people aren't dropping, and they need to drop. The shoddy, a little overpowered right now. People just like using shoddies all over the place. So currently within Star Marine, there are some fixes that need to happen, but that is why Star Marine is there, to help people, the developers, make the game that people want. So good for you, Sig. Continue to do the great work that you have. That's the input I have within my community, what we're talking about. Please join it, guys. Alright, gamers, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Would love to know your viewpoints on third and first person when coming to the PU and having the finalized version of Star Citizen. Like, really, how peaceful and amazing is this? Such a great game. I hope you guys continue to support me. Please help me out on Patreon for future episodes. We'll always have them here. Don't worry, guys. I love this game, and I love you guys. I will see you on the next vid. Oh my God, somebody got a ship out here. I feel very, very alone. Anybody? Help. I'm drifting alone in my pirate spacesuit. Oh, it's quite stylish with all these asteroids. Yes, I said asteroids. Does that make me